chat will not leave me alone. They're literally just spamming and tell her. Oh my fucking god, the dung. I mean, I think we have enough dung talk as is. Oh my. Okay, so fuck. Why do I? How to make this story short and sweet? I went to Germany by train. I had no choice. I had to take the train, and so I had to take 3 trains. I was pretty nervous to go to Germany, and
She's from NZ, tell her the train.
and so fuck yeah, I felt nervous, and my tummy was very nervous too, and we just didn't really have a nice day that day. And my tummy decided once I was in the train that it was time to poop. I hate pooping in public places. Like, ugh, I hate it. Absolutely cannot stand it. But I was keeping it in, but that train ride is like 8 more hours. 8 hours! So I was like, fuck, I can't hold it. Eventually, oh my god, Sad, shut the fuck up. Eventually, you know, I gave up. I had to admit defeat, so I go to the toilet. Almost shitting myself because someone's blocking the toilet. But you know, I stay strong, I make it. The door finally opens and I squeeze the fuck through. I'm like, yes, yes, it's my time. So I squeeze through finally, and I go to the toilet. I was constipated for like I think a week or so, a little over a week. And
You poor baby.
I was really constipated and I really had to poop. And so I finally did. But after being constipated for a week, that poop's massive. That it's a big poop, okay? It's a big poop. It's huge, okay?
Cutest thing I've ever heard. I guess the way you're saying it's like it was a big poop.
It was huge. It was a fucking log. It was a log. So eventually, after that log and a little bit of soup, I finally finished. So I go to flush, and not everything flushed the first time. So I was like, oof, okay, cool. You know what? I'll try again. So I flush again, and it once again doesn't go down the toilet. So I'm like, you know what? The water keeps rising, but third time's the charm. So I flush again, and the water keeps rising. My poop soup is like almost spilling. The toilet is full. There's no way you can flush another time because if it fails, it just spills. It just spills. So I look at it. I look at what I've got, what I've done. I look at my poop soup, and I'm like, oh my god, no. The train was standing still as I finished, meaning that poop soup that was literally taking the entire toilet. The second the train starts, would just spill over from like the velocity of like the train taking off. And like there was no emergency button or anything or like emergency number to call. So like I just go outside, ashamed, absolutely ashamed. And the second I go outside, the next person enters. The next person enters, and I see the door close behind me as I walk away fast with speed. And that man just stares at what I've done as the door closes behind him. And the train takes off, which means that soup, as he's been standing inside, probably
I'm eating
spilled.
right now, Platistare.
So he probably got it all on his shoes and everything. And I just leave the train. I leave at the next station and I'm like, okay, this is it. I can't, I need to leave. You monster! Cloggers!
Do they have like a what do you call it, the
The plunger?
Yeah,
No, there
nearby
was
or
not.
anything?
There was nothing. I looked everywhere. I was like, this can't be the only time this happens. So like, there has to be something, right? But no,
The only
nothing.
thing you can do is either run for your life or like I think I would have like stood in front of the door and be like, don't,
Don't.
just don't, please, please don't go in there, please. I'm begging you, please.
Please. It was. I've never been so embarrassed because it's just the fact that this guy just walks in and stands there and the door closes. I know enough. I know enough, dude. Oh my
That-
god.
You must be so like embarrassed and
Yes.
scared. I would have probably started crying, I think.
I could feel my heartbeat. I was like shaking. I was like nervous, sweating. You know when you're like really disgusted and embarrassed, you're like really sweaty and shaking.
You
Yeah.
baby.
That was an
Oh.
experience. Did you just
But
go
you got
away?
through it?
I got through it,
Yeah.
but I can never show my face ever again.